Hi, students. Let's learn about structure of the human heart.
Human heart, it is a muscular pumping organ made up of cardiac muscle. It pumps out the blood into the blood vessels. The structure of the human heart was discovered by Raymond de Viesens in 1706, shape and size. The heart is a conical, hollow, muscular tendinous organ. It is about 10 centimeters long and weighs about 300 grams in an adult. Its size is roughly equal to a closed fist. Location: located between the lungs, slightly tilted toward the left, and above the diaphragm in the thoracic cavity. Heart wall. The wall of the heart has three distinct layers: epicardium, outer layer; myocardium, middle layer; endocardium, inner layer. Structure of the human heart chambers. The human heart is four-chambered, two upper chambers, small and thin-walled, called atrium or auricle vaii; right auricle and left auricle. Two lower chambers, large and thick-walled, due to the presence of papillary muscles because they have to pump out blood with force away from the heart. Hence, they are thick-walled. They are called left ventricle and right ventricle. Pericardium. The heart is enclosed in a double-walled sac called pericardium. The space between the membrane is called pericardial space. The pericardial space is filled with a fluid called pericardial fluid, which helps to reduce I. Friction during heartbeat. 2. Protects it from mechanical injury. The pericardium is made up of three layers. 1. Fibrous pericardium, an outer fibrous sac of pericardium made of strong inelastic connective tissue. 2. Parietal pericardium, middle layer of pericardium, present between fibrous pericardium and visceral pericardium. Visceral pericardium. The inner layer of the pericardium and the outer layer of the heart wall. Parietal pericardium and visceral pericardium, together called serous pericardium.
Septum. The chambers of the heart are separated by a partition made of a thin wall of tissue called a septum. I. Interatrial septum separates two auricles. 2. Interventricular septum separates two ventricles. The separation of chambers helps to prevent the mixing of oxygenated and deoxygenated blood. Valves of the human heart. Valves are the muscular flaps that allows the blood to flow only in one direction, i.e., from the atria to ventricles and from ventricles to pulmonary artery or aorta. These valves are present to prevent the backward flow of blood. A. Auriculoventricular valve. The auricle communicates with the ventricle through an opening called auriculoventricular aperture, which is guarded by the auriculoventricular valve.
Auriculoventricular valve. Right auriculoventricular valve or tricuspid valve. Located between right auricle and right ventricle. It has three thin triangular leaf-like flaps or cusps, and hence also called tricuspid valve. The apices of the flaps are held in position by chordae tendineae, arising from the muscular projection of the ventricle wall known as papillary muscles. Left auriculoventricular valve or bicuspid valve, located between left auricle and left ventricle. It has two cusps and hence also called bicuspid valve or mitral valve. Semilunar valve. The major arteries, such as the pulmonary artery and aorta, which leave the heart, have semilunar valves, which provide backward flow of blood into the ventricles. 3. Pulmonary valve, located between the right ventricle and the pulmonary artery. 4. Aorta valve, located between the left ventricle and aorta.